What's up, everybody? It's your boy JD back again with another video. Y'all know what time it is. It's time to hop back in that Reborn rich. So we about to go and get into it, see what's in store for us today. But before we do, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We'll take support any further. Patreon link is in the description below. Also, join the Otaku Game membership and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video or go live on each channel. So let's go and get into it, man. I drank their soju so many times, but I don't think it feels the same again. I understand the sentiment. I used to be obsessed with the same Yop soul and the soju in the past, but it's just not the same anymore. How is the construction deal going? I'm making small compromises here and there as to make the process smooth. While the guys are working on accurate numbers I need to worry about, we're also in the process of retaking any money Musang King appropriated as soon as we find it. The prosecution must be working hard. I gave them a hefty incentive for doing a good job. The thing is, Musang has been taking a rather adamant stance against returning what he can make for selling the shares. Despite being threatened with possible incarceration of his children, grandchildren, or appropriation, is money that important to him that he's willing to hold on to it no matter what? That's not it. Money from the sale of his shares in Musang's last line of defense, he only concluded it wasn't time to leverage it just yet. He will eventually, at a more decisive timing. What other opportunity does he have, though? If his entire family is arrested and charged, the money he makes from the sales will probably be taken away from him, correct? Yeah, that is precisely why I thought he didn't have a reason to be this stubborn. Except, you won't be able to put that money in your pocket either. It will be taken to the National Treasury. I don't think I quite understand where grandfather is going with this. Should Musang King return the money he makes that way back to TheOtakuFix Construction, that would prevent him and his entire family from getting arrested. Should he remain firm against doing so, however, the money will go into the National Treasury and he and his family will be charged. There is no other opportunity for him at this point, since the former is clearer, the better choice of the two. What then is grandfather's suggestion to have overlooked? You're about to lose money because you're letting your emotion get in the way. Go back to the fundamentals of the businessman. What do you mean by letting my emotion get in the way? Money is all I'm thinking about in this instance. Taking that back will definitely help the management normalize TheOtakuFix Construction's business. Justice. You're angry because you let your sense of justice get the better of you. You're unable to forgive Musang King and his family for cheating his employees and extorting money from a dying company while they themselves were dreaming to live in luxury after retirement. But he only thinks of you as a strict businessman who only cares about money. He has firm belief that you'll make him another offer to salvage as much as possible for your own benefit, because he knows you won't gain a dime if he stays adamant. It's not the job of a mere merchants like us to judge other people's characters. What do their philosophies or behaviors have to do with us? All you should be worried about as a businessman is how you're going to get that hidden wealth in his pocket transferred to yours. Message. The emotion of anger I had against Musang King was because I saw my former self in TheOtakuFix Construction's employees. Now that we got that sorted out, think carefully about how you can suggest to split his wealth for Musang King to finally give in and accept your offer. So you're basically saying I should let him have a little bit of money and avoid getting arrested along with his family. Precisely. Should he offer to return half of his earnings he makes that way to the company? Take that as showing sincerity and allow him to be released from prison on probation. That would look good on paper as well. Is this really the right thing to do? Don't even think about anything funny, such as stabbing him in the back after getting the money from him. Rule that completely out. Only think about how to make the most out of this deal. As long as Musang King's presence isn't an economic threat, don't pay attention to him at all. He's still so quick at reading others. I will keep that in mind and make decisions like a businessman. In other words, stop letting your goddamn feelings get in the way of all this money, man. When you're at the top, Feelings don't play a part. Feelings don't play a part. At the end of the day, it's about who got the moolah. Who got the moolah, who gonna get the moolah, who always gonna have the moolah. If you ain't gonna have either or, then you might be in the wrong business. You might be in the wrong business and you ain't looking through it. You ain't doing a good job here. How are you adjusting to the life behind bars? Not too bad, considering I'm paying the price by having failed to anticipate movements by a no-name company like Miracle Investments. The nerve of you. He doesn't seem too desperate yet. Perhaps he still has faith in his last line of defense like grandfather suggested. I'll go straight into sharing Mr. O's message since I don't have much time. If you're willing to return the entirety of potential revenue from sales of TheOtakuFix shares, or the shares themselves before you actually sell them off for profit. I know what it is you want, so why don't you get to the point already? You're like, they make it hard on you, boy. They make it hard on you. Well, stop the prosecution here and have you released on probation, as well as give you an advisor position within TheOtakuFix Construction. You'll also be paid handsomely while you work as the advisor, as long as you cooperate willingly. You'll not have to deal with the shame of having extorted money off a dying company. All this was just a huge misunderstanding and you got your hands a little dirty while trying to revive the company, and that we're hiring you back because we acknowledge your good intentions. The media was sugarcoated that way and broadcasted nationwide. People care so much about honor in this age. While advisor to TheOtakuFix Construction isn't so appealing as a title, it's certainly better than being an ex-con. Musang King himself is like a businessman. Oh, it's a businessman like me. He knows that he'll be left with neither money nor honor should he remain persistent. Mr. O must really be a meticulous person to have it given to me in the form of expenditure. I knew I was gonna get it. Just give me time, baby. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it every time. That'll be quite a hefty salary for an advisor you'll need to pay me. You'll be paying a lot of income and taxes too. As is the duty of any good citizen. I'm willing to do that. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, you bastard, you. I'm sure you're willing to do that. You know what? I'm more than you loving it. You're loving it. Yeah, of course. I accept your offer. I'm also sure you do. I'll be back with the paperwork on the advisor position. Musang King has an advisor? He agreed to return the entirety of his shares he has, so the advisor payroll is the only thing he'll be left with. Although we'll still have to pay him in a good amount of wage. Are you sure he's really going to accept such a term? He did, because that's better than having his entire family incarcerated and forfeiting the entirety of his shares. He probably thought he'd rather split his wealth with the company than lose it all. And how much are you planning to pay him? He said he wanted 30% of what we would have made if we sold all of his shares over a 10-year period. While that's not too bad, he'll be getting paid more than the president of TheOtakuFix Construction in that case. In the beginning, yes. Elaborate. I will pay him as agreed for the first few months, but drastically decrease the payout afterwards. I want him to know how it feels to be on the receiving end of withheld wage. The entire country is struggling. Everyone will also struggle until TheOtakuFix Construction is back in the black. We'll promise to pay withheld wages in full once the business normalizes again, over and over. After all, that's exactly what he'd be telling the employees of TheOtakuFix Construction. It's still gonna be a rough one. We still learning, man. This was a great little arc. It was a great arc because of the learning we had to go through in this arc. We saw ourselves in the employees. We saw how, everything was going, how everything was going to look. And we got too emotional. We got too emotional and made decisions based off of emotions. Granted, everything worked itself out in the end, thanks to grandfather. But at the end of the day, gotta learn business is business. Emotions are emotions. Don't make it personal, especially if it has nothing to do with you. Good learning. But that is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy. You did, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about everything that happened in the comment section below. Also, you guys want to keep up with me, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, link, all of that is in the description as well. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.